And the irony, of course, that they are trying to stifle democracy by taking away America's right to vote for who they want as president and stop your father-in-law when they've accused him of doing the very same thing. It would be laughable if it wasn't so terrifying.
Yeah, well, and hypocrisy, unfortunately, is the only way that the Democrats operate. You can generally bet that the things they are saying about Republicans or the Republican nominee for president, at least in this case, is exactly what they themselves are doing. You look at a map of the United States right now, you will see that in almost half the states, there has been some attempt so far to try and remove him from the ballot. And I don't think any of their attempts to throw mud his way or, quite frankly, lock him in jail is going to deter anyone from voting for Donald Trump. In fact, what they've done is they have, in many cases, made him the rebel. They have made him the person that everyone now wants to go vote for. He's the underdog. He's the guy with everything against him. And not only do you see it reflected in Iowa in the caucuses there in the blowout win, in New Hampshire in the win there, but if you look at polling right now with 18 to 34-year-olds, Donald Trump is polling far higher than Joe Biden, a Democrat. That tells you, Aaron, all you need to know.
Oh, absolutely. And given that would normally be the kind of demographic that would lean towards the Democrats, Nikki Haley, speaking of, should she pull out now?
Nikki Haley should drop her campaign. She should pull out of running for president, and she should endorse the frontrunner and the obvious nominee for the Republican Party, Donald Trump. I give her credit for having run a campaign all the way through New Hampshire. If there was any state, Aaron, that she even had a chance to win, it's the state of New Hampshire. They have an open primary. You don't have to be a registered Republican to vote there. And indeed, that worked to her advantage. It got her within 11 points of Donald Trump. It still wasn't enough, although she had 75% of her voters as unregistered Republicans. These are independents and unregistered Democrats who voted for her. Wasn't even enough to get her to win the state of New Hampshire. It's time to rally support behind the one person who can bring this country back, give it back to we the people.
Okay, I'm going to throw some names at you, Lara, now as potential VP, vice president candidates to run alongside Donald Trump, and just give me a quick, natural, unprovoked reaction to each one.
Oh, okay.
It's like a game show.
I love it.
Vivek.
Vivek is awesome, strong, young, smart, well-spoken. I'm a big fan of his.
Tucker Carlson.
Oh, I mean, he's like the OG, the original gangster. He's been the voice of the people, I feel like, for quite some time now, at least within the media. Like him as well.
Nikki Haley?
Probably not the favorite. Some people like her because she could bring in clearly independence. Probably not the strongest pick, in my opinion.
Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Oh, well, she's already got a big job right now. She's getting things together in Arkansas. She's making sure that everything's straightened out there. But what a great speaker and what a great representation she was for my father-in-law while he was in the White House.
Elise Stefanik.
I mean, great. New York doesn't take anything from anybody. She's going to tell you exactly what she thinks of things. But and by the way, I don't tempt me with a good time with a strong lady like Elise Stefanik.
And my personal favorite, you.
Oh, me. Obviously, if my father-in-law would like to choose me as his running mate, I would say yes, at least to see the reaction from the mainstream media here in America. It would be worth it, Aaron, just for that.
Now, I've got to say, watching you up on stage a couple of days ago after New Hampshire, I couldn't help but thinking Ivanka, Donald's daughter, must be watching with massive FOMO. For those who don't know, that means fear of missing out. Has she told you that she's jealous that she's not a part of it?
Well, she's so proud. She and Jared are so proud of everything that obviously my father-in-law is doing. You know, they were there alongside him in D.C. for 4 years. And believe me, that was a long 4 years. They did not make anything easy for Jared and Ivanka while, they were in the White House with him by his side. They're very proud of everything. They're cheering him on. And I think, despite what you've heard out there, I think you will see them at some point during the campaign, because look, we're all in this together as a family. We are all supporting my father-in-law, and they know, just like I know and Eric knows, and quite frankly, everyone in the world at this point knows, that the best person for the job in 2024 is Donald J. Trump.